My tip of the week this week is about how to create a more effective website. So, I'm a designer and I like to look at great looking sites, but that's not the be all and end all. When you're designing a website, you have to consider a lot more things than just making it look pretty. The number one thing that you need to make sure of on your website is that the page loads as fast as possible. Because if your page isn't loading, your visitors are off. They're not hanging around. So fast loading websites is essential. Also, point number two is make sure that on the very first bit of your website, it's called above the fold, but the bit that you look at first, whether you're on a desktop or mobile phone or laptop or iPad, whatever, but that very first screen, it's got to really hook people in, so it's got to tell them that they're in the right place. It's got to be interesting. It's got to have impact. I love to design a website that has that instant kind of wow factor right there, right when you enter the page, and that identifies to people exactly why they need to be there. So that first instance is like, this is me, this is what I do, this is who I do it for, so that people can instantly know, yes, I'm in the right place. Thirdly, you need to reduce the choices on your web page. Ideally, one page would have one call to action. On a home page, you need to be able to set people off on the right path. So you need to say, okay, well, you either want to go here, here, or here, so that people can say, there, I need to go there, and that's where they'll go, rather than trying to stop everything in, and people look at the page and go, oh, I don't know where to go, I'm confused. So really simple. I like to use the quick links to services, for example, so you can identify, right, well, do you need this service, this service, this service, or maybe this service? So, up to 4 things really, but make it easy, make it simple, make it so people can just really see very simply, that's what I need, that's where I'm going to go. Avoid carousels. Oh, I know, they look so lovely, don't they? Oh, designers love them, clients love them, users don't. Apparently, 90% of people will click on the first image and then it just like falls off a cliff in terms of people looking at and engaging with any other slide on that slider. It's a shame because everybody wants to say, well, up front and center, I do this, 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 and this, and everybody should be interested in all those 4 things, but apparently not. In terms of the statistics, literally, it's that first one that counts. So, yeah, is there any point in a slider or carousel at the top? Not really, not anymore. Apparently also, in terms of usage on websites, you have to prioritize scrolling over clicking. So, just put that information on a page. It's so tempting, and I do it all the time too, to put tabs in or some other way to kind of make the information not just bombard you, but apparently scrolling is actually the best way. So it's not hidden, it's there for people to see, they just got to scroll past it. And finally, my last tip for you is use images of people, but now this is a big but. Apparently, according to statistics, don't use stock photography of people. If you're going to put people on your website, which you should, because that's really effective, they need to be real people. And I would always recommend a professional photograph or because it needs to look good. It needs to look as good as it can. But yeah, real people. So get a bit handy, go on that photography course or whatever, and use good photos, but real people, because people recognize a stock photo from 100 paces and they don't buy it. It's not real. They're not believing this story. So there you go, just a few tips there to help you to make your website really effective. Or you can use me. Yay! That's a good idea. Why didn't I think of that? But I hope that helps anyway, and I will see you next week.